Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 3 of the Galactic Championship. It just ended. They just had a chant for the winner come off. So it's Gil, Corey, Rob, and our good friend here, Lau, a member of Team McClunky, who joined us for this weekend. Not just us, but just in general. So we're going to do a quick review of the day, the last matchup maybe. We can talk about that last matchup, and we'll go from there. So to me, I think this entire weekend was really good. Of course, like I mentioned before, there was probably a couple things that could have been done better logistically, but in terms of like the main event and like what was going on here at in the main screen, it was really good. What do you guys think?
It was a great weekend. I mean, there was a lot of stuff to be excited about. We'll talk about it in just a second, but the finals were a really, really great match, and it's been interesting to see what kind of came out of this. Some surprises.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. This was a really enjoyable experience overall. I think they did a great job of bringing like Star Wars content, not just the game itself, but there was things to do. There was stuff for the families. There's stuff for kids. It was a little messy with some of the events and things, but all the prize wall stuff was really cool. That could have been handled a little better, but overall the experience was really neat. And if you did get the stuff you were looking for, there were some really cool things to collect here.
Yeah. How about you?
Yeah, great games, great atmosphere, great people, great prizes. I mean, I think the thing that competitively was bad was the fact that the deck list got leaked, and Bonding had the secret sauce, and people could see what they were doing a little bit, but still did well with people knowing what was going for, right? Yep. So it's still really cool to see that they pulled something out there that was super unique, super cool, super combo. It's a cool deck. They did a great job.
Yeah. So just to recap that, there was some controversy going into day 2 because for 10 minutes after day 1, all the deck lists were leaked for the competition. So if you had some secret spice, some secret tech, like all the Botha Network guys with their Kylo Tarkin Town decks, now the competition got access to them early. What FFG did was they released all the decks just in general, so people could see it for the entire tournament. And I think everyone got 2 minutes at the start of the round to look at their deck lists, which again kind of changes the whole thing.
Yeah,
right.
I thought it was interesting with the stream that they did on FFG. They showed the deck list and they did player profiles before the games even started, and had all the cards and all the sideboard and everything on the stream. Yeah. So that was kind of interesting. I didn't know how to feel about that.
No, it's interesting for sure. As you can see, there's people still chanting in the background. They're celebrating Philip, right?
Philip was the winner, grand champion, first Galactic Championship winner.
And Ian, it looks like Corey was right.
He's playing a Talzin red deck.
Hey, I was telling Corey when he first played me and I was playing Talzin Yellow, he 3-0'd me. I'm like, Corey, you can play this deck really well. I think you should play this deck. And he almost got into day 2 with it.
Almost got day 2. Yeah. You could have been the Talzin red up there.
Our guy could have been the one up there.
Yeah. So, everything's kind of winding down. We're going to see if we can get an interview with one of the players, maybe Jonah again, like we did for Milan. Any final thoughts before we sign off?
Just Kylo stonks are on the rise apparently now. Get those showcases while you can, guys.
I regret not buying Force Lightning.
The Kylo Ren showcase for this set has the most kissable lips.
Absolutely.
Just saying that it's blue steel.
It's blue steel, baby.
It's blue steel, and you know what? That showcase is going to be on the rise.
Also, they will be back here in Vegas at the Venetian next year for the Galactic Championship 2026.
So get ready, baby.
Get ready. Yeah, that's true. Get ready. So after this clip, stay tuned. Skip throughout the chapters. We have a variety of other clips throughout the day. Things did change from day to day, just like we expected. Some good, some bad. We also have some on-site video from the Secrets to Power sneak preview. We got the extra cards. We got some content in there for you as well. And then also listen in next week at our podcast episode. We have some. If you didn't come to Galactics, you know that we like to give stuff away. So stay tuned. Until next time, may the Force be with you.
Okay, so during the sneak peek, I shared with you all the sensory room. I'm going to take a quick peek in there. There's no one there because everyone's still up top doing their events. So if we go in here, I'm going to be kind of quiet, even though it's just staff. There's a variety of toys and knickknacks for people to work around with. Very quiet, very calm, and they also have, you know, comfy couches. There's the staff members, and then they have some snacks and stuff. Pretty cool. I don't think many people know about this, actually, right?
We've had a few here and there.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so just want to give a view of the Artist Alley. It's much more full today. This is the last day. Some of the artists are, you know, you can get them signatures, you can get them to sign your cards, etc. And some of them are leaving early, so there's like big lines for that. And then pivoting over to the left-hand side here, you can see that there is another line. It's just line after line after line today. Actually, all weekend. That's going all the way down the convention hall. What this line is for is that it is for the Darth Tyrannus convention exclusive. They have about, I asked a staff member, they have roughly enough for the majority of the people here. So not everyone can get a convention exclusive. If you don't, you're gonna have to go to another convention to get it. But so that means if there's a couple thousand, they have half. And the line has started for them. This is gonna be released at 11, and I'll show you the card later when I get a chance. Okay, so this is the last day for prize wall, and it closes early tonight. So they've really made sure that people don't bombard it. However, this line is massive. If you look, it's gonna keep going down. I'm gonna just keep walking. Let's see what happens. It's been a really great weekend. I know they did some reveals for the new sets. Really excited for that. People are getting all the prizes that they can get and achieve. They made it so that you can actually purchase one side event ticket for $5, and for that $5, you can then get 100 prize wall tickets. So people have actually been just buying side event tickets, not playing the side events, and doing a one-for-one exchange in order to get the tickets that they so that they can get the prizes that they want. This line just keeps wrapping around. I'm just gonna keep walking. Some people are getting multiple copies of the showcases. So far, they've been okay. They ran out of super laser blasts. Some people are like buying like 10 of them, which was crazy. Like multiple copies. Lots of people got at least their play sets. They ran out of mace just like about an hour ago. So I hope they don't run out of other cards. I think Shinhati's the one next. But as you can see, it kind of circles around here. This is just prize wall, and people are still playing side events, so that's crazy. And then also finally they have open play, or they have other events. They have the main event going on down there. Today I was able to procure the final pieces of the collection. So I got a Sokotano pin, this is from Twilight of the Republic, and a Moff Gideon pin in 2 different locations. Great. So I think there's 11 total. Was able to get that. As you were leaving the convention, you also got this cool little like token, day 1 loading icon. It's a day 1 swag. So this is pretty cool initiative looking token. Let's go 2 more silver packs. Let's do a quick pack rip, see what we get. They ran out of silver packs during the event, so there's really not much of these in supply. Asajj Ventress, Obi-Wan Kenobi, uncommon starter. And then we also got
Hit it, Gil.
Darth Vader and Ezra Bridger. There you go. Great friggin' cards. So awesome. Now we're just missing 2 more from the collection. Hopefully we can get some of those. And finally, a black Galactic pack. These are only available to day 2 and 3 players. Let's see what we get. I hope there's 2 cards in here. I don't know if that will be the case. But let's do a pack rip. I'm really excited to see what we get. These are probably the exclusive cards. Millennium Falcon! Oh my god. And Darth Tyrannus. Oh. Yeah. This is amazing. Such a great pull.
Oh, that's a great
What a great... Oh, so happy with these packs. Amazing.
The secret of this panel is we were going to start 2 minutes late. So thank you, everyone, for your patience. We just had a little bit of tech issues up here, so very much appreciate you. I am your panel host. My name is Alicia Gench, and I am the Senior Marketing Manager at Fantasy Flight Games, and I am joined by 2 wonderful human beings who I will let introduce themselves.
You've never heard of me. I am a secret. Hello, my name is Tyler Parrott. I'm the creative lead of Star Wars Unlimited, and as you will soon learn, one of the primary designers of this set.
Hey everyone, Ryan Serrano, fellow game designer, fellow lead designer of this set, along with Tyler. Also Rules Admiral for you rules heads out there. We've been waiting so long to talk about this set, y'all. I cannot believe we're here.
it's hurt, and now it will stop hurting.
I'm gonna let Tyler talk basically about this exclusively because Tyler cares so much about this spy token, y'all.
I've been obsessed with this spy token since I came up with it like 3 years ago. The thing I love about this token, first of all, it's extremely simple. It's just a 0-2 raid 2. At first you're like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, but it does a lot of damage. But when you attack it, it does nothing because you unveiled their cover and now they can't. They're only powerful when you're not looking at them. Basically, is the idea, right? But what does this mean for gameplay? Well, it's not a 2-2. It's weaker than a 2-2, obviously, which means we can price it at a lower rate than the 2-2s that you've seen in the past. So something that I really love about the spy token minigame is that the spies can be prolific. You can have lots of them, but you can also just have a bunch of random one-off spy tokens attached to other things that you're not really overcosting the effects for. Things like a cheap event that also makes a spy token incidentally. And then you just end up with these bodies lying around the board that you can attack with. And when you attack with them, they're very good, but if your opponent ever looks at them, then they just kind of fall over. And so there's this question of, well, I can't let my opponent's spy token be there too long because if a thing they got almost for free deals 6 damage to my base, that's a huge problem. But am I really going to exhaust my 4/4 just to deal with a 0-2? That feels like a waste too. And so it created these like really interesting in-game combat decision puzzles that are very not clear. And you got the very, very funny to me spy versus spy game of we both have a ready spy and who's going to go after the other one, because whoever gets to attack wins and the one who doesn't get to attack loses.
And to expand a little bit on that, something that we think about a lot in design is the cost of certain effects. And there are so many times in design where we get to a card where we'll say 4 is too cheap for this card. 5 is too much for this card, but we're only using integers in this game, and there aren't any numbers between 4 and 5. So how do we balance a card that needs to be between that 4 and 5? And things like attaching a spy token to an effect, things like this that give us these little knobs to tweak that aren't exactly a full resource worth of value. Well, I mean, unless you really commit to things. You can obviously, use spy tokens very effectively to make them worth at least a resource. But in terms of costing the effects of that, things like spy tokens make it really easy to sort of fine-tune balance in individual cards, which is a really nice thing to have.
So, gamegenic products for the next set, Secrets of Power, has been revealed. They have 2 new mechanics. They're going to talk about plot and spy, which I don't really understand yet, but we'll get to it. Just watch the stream. I'll put the link in the description. I just want to give you a first look at all the live products that they have. They have Andor, which is freaking fantastic. Look at Chancellor Palpatine. Look at that sinister base. He's also going to be one of the leaders. Thank you guys, by the way. Appreciate you. Bunch of other... Look at the Padme Amidala. I can't wait for that to be a showcase. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Deirdre? Perfect. Round 11, the last round of Swiss, has just started. These are the final competitors who made it to top 3. All locked in. I think there's some controversy here. I'm not going to go into too many details, of who, but like there's been some slow play, etc., which is unfortunate. But still, the highest level of play. We'll see who makes it to the top 8. So this is the Galactic Finals. Ian Klein with Bot Network versus Philip Skudlarek. Sorry if I mispronounced that. It is Kylo Ren 5 Tarkin Town versus Talzin Red 4 Space. So 2 4 spaces, both blue, both red. Not looking good for Ian in game 1. As you can see, I'll try to pan over to the other side. They have them playing on stream on a table over there. And we'll see what happens. Ian had a decisive win against Ophir from KTOD in the finals. So we'll see if his luck holds out now. Game 2 is about to start. They are just finishing up resourcing. Really excited to see what happens. Ian lost game 1. It's up to Philip. It was a nail biter though. It was like 23 health to 26 health. So crazy. we'll see who takes it. Ian Klein just got game 2. It's 1-1. It's a thrilling Finals Day 3 championship game. It's always good to see it go to game 3. Okay, so this is Padawan Unlimited. I just want to show you how close they are, or how far they are actually, because you don't want them to hear anything that's going on, right? You need to just be silent. You need them to be focused. It's great stuff. Kylo gets defeated by the Force Lightning. Heroic Resolve is only 1 point of damage away. On to the next turn. We'll see what happens. 23-21. What do you get? Battle Fury. Oh. Oh! Wow. Amazing game. Amazing game. Look at the crowd. Paul. There's Corey filming. There you go. And there's the final game of the Galactic Championship.
Good. How are you feeling? I'm stressed. I don't really know. I mean, going into the weekend, did you feel confident in your pick with the Kylo Ren Tarkin Town deck, or did you?
Yeah. When we saw the meta, we felt really good. We were kind of worried about Kylo 5 ECL, but the rest of the decks feel like advantages for us. So after we saw that percentages of decks and the Han is most popular, we were really happy. And yeah, and the meta was really nice to me. So.
Do you have any advice for players out here in the crowd and at home who are watching you all this weekend?
Train a lot. Stick to the deck you feel are a good fit for you, and then train a little more.
Feels like great advice. So we want to present you with the first ever Galactic Championship trophy. Now, we want to thank you one more time. Can we all give it up for Philip? And Philip, Jim has one more thing he wants to share with the audience with you here on stage.
I think there's one bit of housekeeping we still have to kind of talk about. And I think that's going to be, I guess we'll see everyone here at the Venetian next year in Galactic Championship 2026. Philip will be there, will you? Thank you, everybody.
FFG staff is celebrating the end of the tournament. So I'm excited to bring on to do an interview again with someone I met in Milan for the first time. So I get to do it again. Hi. The head judge of all judges, the rules guy, the most amazing person in the world here. One of the reasons we had such a smooth event. Jonah Kellman, how you doing, man? How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. I'm a little tired.
Yeah,
but I'm doing well.
Yeah. What's where's your headspace right now? Do you think? Is that too personal of a question?
No, that's fine. Like, honestly, headspace has been nice and clear since pretty much the start of round 1. The hardest part of the event is getting the players playing. Once an event starts, it's gonna finish unless the building burns down or the power goes out.
Yeah.
And so once we got round 1 started, there were a lot of hiccups. There were some tough calls. There were some things that we didn't want to do that we had to do.
Yeah.
But easy sailing.
Easy sail. I will say that as a participant in all of day 1, right? I felt that it was really smooth.
Good.
I remember, especially from my first tournament experience, like major, galactic level, world where
scale,
2,000, 2,500 people ish.
We had 1,958 in day one.
1958. Okay.
And then a total of, I want to say 570, I think, in day two.
Yeah.
But that includes folks who qualified from day one.
Yeah.
So yeah, like 2.3, 2.4K.
That's a huge tournament.
So that's a huge number.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of focus on the Galactic Championship. I want to shout out sides. I didn't do anything on side events all weekend. I was focused on the main.
Yeah.
So on-demand events are 4 to 8 player pods. How many on-demand events do you think they launched on Friday alone?
How many? 500.
400.
400.
Now,
wow, still. Holy.
On Saturday, they broke 2,000. I think the number was 2,300 pods.
2,300 pods?
That is essentially like
Saturday side events?
15,000, 16,000 entries. When I say that casual tier play is where it's at, we're at the Galactic Championship. We have a 2,000 player main event and 16,000 registrations. Same people going through many times.
Yeah.
But 16,000 registrations for casual tier events. The side events team here did a great job. Everybody here did a great job. But thousands of players.
Yeah, I participated in pretty much side events all of day two. The judges were like, especially after like 11 o'clock when like the morning rust came off.
Yeah.
On it, like left and right. You got to appreciate the staff and the logistics behind it because you're moving.
Yeah.
Hundreds, if not thousands of people in a short period of time.
They had the hard job.
Yeah.
I had the players, and I just go, oh, well, the round's over. We're going to start the next round. Round is over. Start the next round.
Yeah.
They had to start thousands of events. Actually, thousands of events.
Yeah, that's in perspective, didn't realize that.
Yeah, they launched more events this weekend than players in the main event. If every player in the main event launched a pod, we still would have needed more people to help launch events.
Yeah, and you already had like a lot. I thought you had a lot of judges, but like probably need more. Join the judge program.
Next year, more space, more judges. That's my hope.
Yeah, more space, more judges. I know you have some time. I know you have only a couple more minutes left.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts regarding the event in terms of like lessons learned, things you look forward to, things you might want to change, things you don't want to change?
I mean, so one of the biggest things, the most visible thing about this event was going into day two, we made the decision to make deck lists public.
Deck list public, yeah.
This was because at the end of day one, the lists were accidentally made available. This is something we shut down pretty quickly, but people could have taken screenshots of what was there.
Yeah.
And due to the way security and permissions works, I'm not an expert on it, but if you had access to the page, if you didn't navigate away from the page, you kept access to the page, and so you could have had access to every day one deck list. And so not doing something would have massively disadvantaged every day one player who made it to day two.
Yeah.
And so this was not a short decision. It was myself, multiple members from Fantasy Flight Games and Asmodee, other tournament experts being like, what is the best course of action for the most number of players? Either way, whatever we do, it's going to hurt some people.
Yeah, that's a tough call.
I know that the decision to have open deck lists hurt the Kylo players because they were a very rogue deck, and they had an incredible conversion rate.
Yeah,
right?
Huge conversion rate. Yeah,
like 6 out of the 14 people on the deck made day two, I think.
6 out of 14
from Boffins, and then out of 14, 2 made top 8. Like.
I didn't know that statistic. That's crazy.
I think those are the numbers. The Boffins know them better than me because, I mean, they're the ones who have those players. But they had an incredible conversion rate even with that disadvantage because they would have smoked so many people when they're like, I played Mahdi. The person's like, okay, new.
Yeah, no.
What's Mahdi?
Yeah.
And then they're like, Kylo, Holocron, you're dead. And they're like, huh. Whereas now with the deck list, they're like, oh, I see what's happening here. Or I wouldn't have sided in all of this upgrade hate.
Yeah.
If I hadn't known exactly what we're doing. And I know that it hurt people playing rogue decks. And I really want to support people playing rogue decks and coming up with their own thing.
Yeah.
But the other option was hurting everybody who participated in day one and putting them at a massive disadvantage.
Day one, yeah.
And that was not an easy decision. That was a solid 20-30 minute conversation with like 4 or 5 people. We had to make a bad decision.
Yeah, it's good that like no one made it in a silo. There was more than one thought, more than one brain making this decision. It's a hard choice, definitely. I know some people like it, some people didn't, you know, and you had to make it, like,
Yep.
you know, and some people would have had access to everything, like you said.
Right.
So you have to reveal it, or else it's not fair.
Right, and so some people would have had access to that information anyway, and it would have, and those people may have shared it with another subgroup of people. It would have been a problem.
Yeah, for sure.
And there was, once the cat's out of the bag, right?
Yeah.
But no, this event was great. Working with FFG and Asmodee was great.
Yeah.
All of the players were great. Like, there were some players who were very... One of the players booed me when I announced that it was open deck lists during the opening day 2 because he was playing a rogue deck. He made his deck worse, or played a deck that was farther from the meta that he read as a worse deck because he thought he'd gain more percentage points by opponents being surprised.
Yeah.
And he was very upset. And then during the pause, while stuff was still being distributed, he came up to me and was like, I'm sorry, I'm just very frustrated. I was almost sick this morning.
Yeah.
Like, I understand.
Yeah. And you know, I think that's an indication of, like, the community is healthy.
Yeah.
You know, people are upset and they still come up and apologize.
Right.
You know,
It was a minute before he's like, I was out of line. I apologize, Judge.
Yeah.
And I was like, I understand where you're coming from. But, like, I've spoken with tons of players. A lot of people had a really great time. The lights are coming on.
Yep.
I think that means we're closing down.
As always, Jonah.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I'm going to talk about this more, I'm sure.
No, for sure. We'll get you on the podcast again if you have time.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Neil. Have a good one.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. The final video of this weekend is with a great guy over here, Ian Klein. Just a quick recap. I hopefully I do this justice. But the first time I met Ian was actually at a planetary qualifier at Hex & Company in New York City. We bonded over some beers and some history with Magic the Gathering.
Yep.
But Ian is truly one of the most premier Star Wars Unlimited players in the world. And you have to be humble. I don't have to be humble for you.
That's fair.
But he's won multiple PQs with decks that like came out of nowhere. I remember when you won the one at Hex, it was a Han 1 green deck.
Yeah.
And people had no idea what to do with it, man.
Yeah.
So I want, first of all, congratulate you on such an amazing run at the first ever Galactic Championships. Really well deserved. You know, again, you're such a great guy. And if you just had a second, like, want to ask, what was that journey like today, or for the last 2 days?
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. So I'm part of the Botha network. We have 35 people on our, 37 people, and it's 35 people were here.
Yeah.
So there were so many of us here, all trying to compete and just like do our best and play what we thought would be the best. A lot of us chose to bring this deck that myself and George Hudson brainchild together, which was Kylo 5 from Legends of the Force, with Tarkin Town.
Yeah.
And it is a beast of a deck, man.
You're telling me, just watching on the screen, it was doing crazy plays I did not expect.
Yeah, so I think there was 14 of us on the deck. 4 people had to play it day 1. They didn't have an invite already. All 4 of them were 6-2 or better.
Yeah.
And then yesterday, 6 of the 14 were able to make it to day 3.
Yeah.
And then I think our final placements were 2nd place of the whole thing, 4th place or 3rd, I don't know which in standings.
Yeah.
And then 9th and 11th.
Yeah, just
so 4 of the top 11.
Dude, we talk about Spice again. Botha Network, for all the ones out there, I know all of you are like truly in the competitive scene, but Botha Network is one, if not the best team. Obviously, they just placed crazy amounts of 2nd, 4th, 9th, and 11th.
I think so.
Yeah, that's insane with a Spice deck. Like, that was like like the talk of the town. Seriously.
And like, there was a hiccup after day 1 where the deck lists for day 1 were published by accident.
Yep.
So in order to maintain the integrity of the event, FFG decided to reveal all of the deck lists for all the days for every competitor.
Yeah.
Which I think was like a double-edged sword. Like it was. Yeah. It was nice for our deck because we often have to play around certain cards. So like knowing if my opponent main decks Bamboozle or like main deck certain upgrade hate was really useful.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it was also like really hurtful to our deck because no one had seen this deck before, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they made something similar to it, but like not this exact configuration. And so we just battled through, and we still had like an amazing finish. So
I think
it's kind of crazy given the circumstances.
No,
in my opinion.
seriously, and I think it speaks to the power and innovation of the deck and the players behind it.
Yeah,
because I'm sure your team coalesced around that idea that you had. Right?
Yeah.
You said Frank or George?
George Hudson.
Yeah,
George the Hulk.
George the Hulk coalesced around this deck. People got to see it beforehand,
Yeah.
and you still smack them around. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
sorry.
People were like scouting our day one players to see like what the heck they were playing, and it was so funny because we like told them don't wear your BM jersey, so that like maybe people don't realize who you are.
Yeah. It's funny. It
didn't work. It didn't work at all.
all this effort to keep it secret. I remember seeing people like literally like standing.
Oh
behind
wait, do
people,
you want to know what the funniest thing is?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so this is legitimate. There was. Before the Galactic Championship, on Swooty B, which is like where most people find their deck list, there was 3 versions of Kylo Tarkintown ever published. Okay. One of them was a copy of another deck. One of them was like so off base, it was really weird. It was nothing to do with our deck. The other one, I swear to God, someone found like our list somehow. Maybe there was like a bug one day on Swooty B. They stole our list. It was like a carbon copy of it, right?
Really?
To the point where it was like, it was published on the 17th of July. It was like a hard control, like Boss Blue deck that had like 3 Super Laser Blasts, 3 No Glory, like crazy stuff.
Sure.
And then overnight, 30 card changes in and out. So like my exact upgrade package, like the same units I was playing.
What?
It was crazy, right? So before I knew that if the deck did well, day one, that people would be looking it up. So on the eve of the tournament, I went to Swooty B, and I created a deck that was Kylo Tarkintown. Except I went to the top 3, whatever like the top like 20 cards were. I just did 3 of. And I published it like 80 times.
That's some 4D chess moves, man.
Dude, I'm gonna show the camera. It is the funniest thing ever. I labeled the deck "You Know Nothing, Jon Snow" on. I mean, everybody's making copies now of like my own list, but Oh, did he delete it?
He had to have.
Oh, no, yeah. Okay, so there's like 30 of these decks that are just called like, You Know Nothing, Jon Snow, copy. And so like, and they're all published by LegoPizza.
Oh, which by the way, that's his user handle, LegoPizza. If you don't know that, a lot of our listeners are relatively new and like more casual in nature. So being able to get, your perspective is really valuable, especially to a lot of these players. So thank you so much for your time today, and again, congratulations on an amazing run. Thank you. Ian's a great guy. If you ever get a chance to see him at any tournament or anything like that,
come hang out.
Where are you located now?
So I just moved to Birmingham, Alabama. So down in the southeast now. But come to PQs and stuff. I'll be there, and we'll chat and have fun, and don't mess up math in the finals of the World Championship, because it will cost you the game.
And that's sound advice. And until next time, may the force be with you. Thanks again, brother.
Yeah, of course.
And congratulations again.
Thank you.
You're awesome.